Walls and barriers can be made on the dynamic lighting layer using the Draw Shape tool, which makes rectangles and circles, the Polygon tool, which connects points with lines, and the Freehand tool, which turns your cursor movements into walls. Let's take a look at how they work and how we might use them. Make sure you have dynamic lighting turned on, and you have a token on the map with vision turned on as well. We've gone over this in a previous video, so check the description for links on how to turn on dynamic lighting settings and how to set up token settings. Hover over the second icon in the toolbar on the top left. These are different layers on our game table. Click the dynamic lighting layer. Now that we're working on the dynamic lighting layer, let's choose which tool we'd like to use. Click the third icon in the toolbar list and hover over the Draw Shape tool. Notice the pop-up text that appears. The Draw Shape tool can draw both rectangles and circles. By default, it is set to draw rectangles, but if you hold down Alt while drawing, you can make circles as well. Let's start by selecting the Draw Shape tool. You'll notice a bar with two boxes and a drop-down will appear. This first box represents our shape stroke, or line color. The second box represents our shape's fill color, and the drop-down is the size of the line. A good way to think of it is the first box is just the line of the shape we're making, and the second box fills in the color of that shape. If you don't want to use one of those colors, set its color to transparent by selecting the bottom right box, which looks like it has gray and white inside it. Remember, if you're drawing on the dynamic lighting layer, neither fill or stroke will be seen by your players. So choose whichever aesthetic you like when creating on the dynamic lighting layer. I like using the colors that stand out against my map, so I'm going to go with red. And because I don't want to cover up any imagery, I'm going to leave the fill on transparent. Now, let's draw our rectangle over this big blank space on the bottom left of the screen. The rectangle tool is great for creating a box shape that has no in or out points. Great! Now our players won't be able to see in that area. But let's say these trees are pretty high, and we want them to obstruct our player's view. Let's draw circles around them by holding down Alt and dragging the mouse around each of them. Note, if at any time you need to resize or move any of these drawings, select the Select Move tool from the toolbar at the top left-hand corner. Just remember to click back on your drawing tool again to continue drawing. Next, let's try to tackle this dense shrubbery that might be blocking the view of the trails on the other side. Because it's such a unique shape, let's go back to the toolbar on the left and select the Freehand tool. I'm going to use the same settings I did for the rectangle and circles and just outline this area. If you notice, I'm drawing a little bit inside the artwork too, so the players can see a little bit of the artwork before it's blocked. Awesome, that looks great. Lastly, because these buildings have multiple ways to enter, let's go back to the toolbar and select the Polygon Line tool. We're going to use the same preferences we used previously and left-click a corner point on a wall. No need to hold down the mouse button. Now, go to another corner and left-click that again. We now have one wall. Continue doing this until you have reached an opening, and then right-click. Right-click will end your line drawing. If you want to start another one, repeat the process. Feel free to mix and match tools as you build on the dynamic lighting layer. Just make sure lines overlap each other to avoid light leaks.